I need to understand what jurisdiction we're under.
Please.
Objection. Are we in a common law court, yes or no? Case dismissed because you refuse to rebuttal to the question regarding jurisdiction. You cannot proceed without honoring the jurisdiction.
April 26, 2023 will be set for an in-person bench trial in courtroom number 1.
Objection. I will not be showing up. Objection. I will not be showing up. You refuse. First of all, are we on the record?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are we under penalty and perjury?
Are we on what, ma'am?
Under penalty and perjury. Is he willing to swear in?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I can barely hear you.
I said, is everybody willing to swear in under penalty and perjury?
Welcome back, everyone. Today's court session was nothing short of chaotic from start to finish. The person on trial is someone who identifies with the sovereign citizen movement, and honestly, things got out of hand quickly. She kept her camera off the entire time like she was calling from a secret location. She refused to follow any courtroom rules, constantly interrupted, and spoke over the judge as if none of it mattered. To her credit, the judge stayed calm and composed throughout. She didn't lose focus, even when the defendant tried to take over the whole hearing. Quick legal note. Under Rule 43 of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure, a defendant must be present at their trial, even if it's held over Zoom. There's no getting around that. Now,
dive in.
Ma'am, we're not taking testimony as of yet. Today is the day and time scheduled for the pre-hearing and adjourned arraignment pretrial in these matters.
It still has to be placed on a record. He still has to be put under penalty and perjury because he's swearing to an alleged crime against me and holding me accountable. So even though this is just a hearing, it still has to be put on notice for the public as well.
Ma'am, today is the day and time scheduled for the pre-hearing and the arraignment pretrial. Would you state your name for the record, please?
Benita Seeley.
Ms. Seeley, Mr. Batar is the court-appointed attorney assigned to this courtroom for the day. He's indicated that you don't wish to engage his services. Is that correct?
No, let me explain my position. I asked him a simple question about jurisdiction. That's why this hearing has been re-adjourned for today, because the last hearing, none of the attorneys could answer the question in regards to what jurisdiction that we're operating under. So they want to proceed without addressing the jurisdiction, which is a violation of due process. So in order for him to be represent me on any public record, I have to understand what jurisdictions he's operating on.
Ms. Seeley, if you do not wish to use the court-appointed attorney, and you confirm as much to the court right now, Mr. Batar can go back, ma'am, Mr. Batar can go back and do other things that he needs to do this morning. Do you wish to use Mr. Batar's services, or do you wish to represent yourself this morning, or do you wish to retain counsel through some other mechanism?
why? Here's what I don't understand. Why do some people think they can make up their own court rules? Saying I don't consent doesn't magically erase legal responsibility. What are your thoughts on that? Let's talk about the hearing itself. Out of all the courtroom clips I've seen, this one stands out. The defendant repeatedly ignored the judge's questions, even though she's the one on trial. She had multiple chances to explain herself, but instead, she chose to argue and dismiss everything being said. Honestly, it's impressive how patient the judge remained. Most people would have run out of patience in minutes.
So what charge, under which jurisdiction, and then who's bringing the charges against me?
Ma'am, there were citations issued against you in Huron Township for limited access speeding 11 to 15 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. That's a civil infraction. There's count 2, no proof of insurance. And there is the misdemeanor of driving while license not valid or improper license. Do you wish to use the services of the MIDC attorney, or do you wish to represent yourself this morning, or do you wish to retain counsel?
Who are the parties bringing this claim against me? It's a simple question.
I answered your question, ma'am. I answered your question, ma'am. I answered your question, ma'am.
And could you re-answer it? Because I didn't hear it. Who's bringing the charges against me?
The citation that was issued to you was issued by an officer from Huron Township Freddie Yono. It's the citation that was issued. It's signed.
So it's Freddie.
It has his name and his ID number. Ma'am, my question to you is, do you wish to engage the services of the court-appointed attorney, or may I release him to go back to do some other work?
Wait a minute. I have questions before I can answer on. You're trying to get me to...
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yes, it's
No, ma'am.
it's a due process violation. Objection. Yes.
Miss
Because you're not
Seeley,
hearing me.
this is
This is a
Miss
hearing.
Seeley, this is the third and last time I'm asking you. Will you be using Mr. Batars to represent you this morning, or do you wish to retain your private attorney, or do you wish to represent yourself?
I need to understand what jurisdiction we're under.
Mr. Batar, you may return to your breakout rooms to meet with other potential clients. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I
Ms. Seeley, do you intend to represent, I'm sorry, Ms. Foley Carter.
just want we started this case back in July. Ms. Seeley attended her first pretrial. She demanded that the case be dismissed. I declined. I asked that the case be set for a bench trial. Ms. Seeley objected, and Magistrate Hinman advised her to file a motion stating her objection. Since then, she asked Judge Green for her oath of office and then didn't appear for the court dates before Judge Oakley. So this case has been going on for quite some time with no resolution.
Because I'm asking a question and it requires a rebuttal and it's being ignored. You cannot violate the due process. This is a hearing, and any questions that I have needs to be answered. You don't get to sit in the capacity of government and ignore the questions that the people have. Someone's bringing a claim against me, and my only question is, are we dealing in a commercial or a common law, also known as a record of law, court? That's simple.
What do you think? Should the judge have taken tougher action? Personally, I think a warning for contempt was more than justified. And here's the surprising part. The defendant claimed she was being treated unfairly just because the judge asked if she wanted a lawyer. That's not harassment. It's a normal, necessary part of making sure the trial is fair. Meanwhile, she was making unreasonable demands and refusing to answer even the simplest questions. It felt like watching someone argue with a GPS, then complain when they get lost.
So are we in a common law court, yes or no?
Marianne, a in-person bench trial date in this matter, please.
Objection. Objection. Are we in a common law court, yes or no?
January
Case
23rd
dismissed.
at 11 o'clock.
Case dismissed. Case dismissed because you refuse to rebuttal to the question regarding jurisdiction. You cannot proceed without honoring the jurisdiction. You cannot be in
Ms.
the capacity
Seeley,
of a...
The misdemeanor matter and the two civil infractions that are traveling with it that were issued on April 26, 2023 will be set for an in-person bench trial in courtroom number 1.
Objection. I will not be showing up. Objection. I will not be showing up. You refuse to answer the question of jurisdiction. You're trying to get me into the courtroom so you can take me against my will and lock me up in a cage like an animal. Objection. You do not have jurisdiction over me. You do not have judicial authority in North America. You are working for a municipality called the state of Michigan. You have no jurisdiction. You are an attorney. You work for a corporation. You are in a municipal capacity. You have no authority. You call yourself government. Your position is a public servant.
Miss
Objection.
Miss Seeley,
no, you cannot proceed as an attorney. Objection. I will not be showing up in court. I will appeal this matter. Objection.
There's no question pending to you, ma'am. This
Objection.
court will be muting you at this
Objection.
time because the court has muted Ms. Seeley as her responses are not responsive to the matter that is before the court. This matter is being scheduled for trial. If Ms. Seeley wishes to absent herself from that trial, that is her absolute right. That trial date is January 23rd
I will
at
not
11
be showing
a.m.
up.
That concludes this.
What's your take so far? Let's get back to it. To be honest, I was relieved when the hearing finally ended. The defendant's behavior made the whole process nearly impossible to manage. Whether she truly believes in this sovereign citizen idea or not, her approach disrupted everything. The judge worked hard to keep the hearing on track, and while she showed a lot of patience, a contempt charge would have been completely appropriate. After all, this is a courtroom, not a podcast or a live stream. When someone keeps interrupting and disrespecting the court, there are real consequences. In fact, under Rule 42 of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure, contempt of court can be issued when someone continuously disrupts legal proceedings. And one more thing, if you're attending court, even virtually, the least you can do is turn on your camera and act respectfully. Refusing to engage or show your face only undermines the process. Throughout the session, this defendant avoided every question, shifted blame, and wasted everyone's time. It's honestly surprising she didn't face more penalties. Anyway, that's where we'll leave it for today. What do you think of how the judge handled things? Was she too patient, or just doing her job right? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the My Ruling Today channel. I post every day, so there's always something new to check out. Thanks for watching.